Here we are. Hey everybody, it's just me, Ted1969 here. You're getting to see my face finally, after all these videos I've done over the years. I think I've been in a few of them. Who knows? Anyway, today's December 20th of 2019, and that means that last night I got to see Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker. This is going to be my review and my thoughts on it. Just a few brief things I wanted to share while they're fresh in my head. I'm going to make the video in two parts. It's going to be spoiler-free and spoilerful. So I'll talk about the spoiler-free stuff first, and then if you want to yeet out of here, you can do so, shut the video down and not be spoiled. And then I'll talk about the spoiler-full stuff at the end of it. But there's some things I can say right away that we can talk about and not ruin anything for anyone. So yeah, we went into the theater last night. We had a bit of a thing to go to first, so I didn't get there and have to wait outside and wait for them to open the doors or anything like that. Live in Cape Breton, Nova Scotia, Sydney. Outside of Sydney, I'm in Glace Bay, but we saw the movie in Sydney at the Cineplex, and I guess the geek population is high enough, but not super huge. We got there, it'd probably been open for a fair little while by then. I think we got there, it was probably about 5:15 or 5:20, 5:30, some such. I think the manager told me they were opening the gates about 5, so by then the theater was about 3/4 full. We still got a choice of seating, and we sat where we would have sat had we gotten there the first ones through the door. So we like to sit up in the back row. Nobody's kicking my seat behind me that way, and everybody has a better movie experience when no one's kicking their seat. So I sat up in the back, and we could still see the screen pretty well from where we were at. So that was a good thing. Keeping it spoiler free, we walked in, hardly anybody was smiling. Like Force Awakens, it was like a party waiting in line. I lived in a different town back then. I was over in Kentville and saw it in the New Minas Cineplex. In the Annapolis Valley of Nova Scotia, there wasn't a lot of geeks there either, but what was there, we were all talking. People were, reading books while they were waiting in line, and you'd talk about what they were reading and if you had read it before yourself. And yeah, this one was just, everybody was kind of like apprehensive. You could feel it in the air, like it was palpable. And they were like, what the hell are we going to be seeing? Like, what's going to happen? And you could tell, like, if you're a fan like me who's been there from the very beginning, you don't want to see it go down in flames. Like, we want something to hold on to. And keeping it spoiler-free, I'll say, in the words of Lor Santeca back in The Force Awakens, this will begin to make things right. JJ pulled it out of the fire, and yeah, it's a really, really well done movie. I don't know, I'd read at some point some critics were saying it didn't take any chances and whatever, and the pacing was off. I found it was just nicely done. In fact, there was moments like I kind of teared up almost, like, it was really, really powerful. I don't know, I heard somebody say it wasn't an Avengers Endgame. I don't know if I'd say that either, because, you're invested in 22 movies, and to finish it on that as they did, that was just really superior writing all along and flow through all of those movies and tie everything together. But JJ came close with this one. He had a mess to clean up that Ryan made, and gosh, I don't know, I still don't know, maybe Ryan was just following orders from higher up to do what he did, so that they could make this saving grace at the end. Really, really, really well done. I liked it. I kind of been saying for a few years now that the Last Jedi is going to go down as the Highlander 2 of the Star Wars franchise. For anyone familiar with the Highlander franchise, you'll know what I mean. Highlander 2 is kind of a movie where they bring in these B-rated alien kind of concepts behind the whole thing, and it kind of just kills it. But anyway, back to our movie. Yeah, I really liked it, and one of the things I liked at the snack bar they had was this. It's about 18 or so inches tall. I measured it, and it's Star Wars R2-D2, and it's your snack holder that you can buy. And the head pops off here, So this is just a convenient way to hold it. And then they take, I can do it, yeah. So that's where you put your soft drink, your pop. And this has a hole in it there that you can see. And so it just kind of sets on, and I think it kind of snaps somehow. Yeah, so that snaps and that holds your pop. And then they pour the popcorn into here, and in the back, you just put that little latch, and you can reach in and grab a nice fistful of popcorn. And he sits on your lap while you watch the movie, and you're all running good with that. So this cost me $49 plus tax, and I get free popcorn and pop for now till January somehow or some such. I don't know if it's the end of January or not. I haven't looked on the receipt, but I think it is till the end of January that I'm getting pop and popcorn and refills. So that was pretty cool. It also came with the Last Jedi drinking cup and or the Rise of Skywalker drinking cup. Oh. And I got the D0 topper, and I'm keeping them in the bag just because I'm a hoarder like that. So yeah, I didn't put my pop in the actual R2-D2 thing, although it looks like it will hold it well enough. But anyhow, so yeah, I got the D0 because it was him or one of those red Sith troopers, and that was the selection they had there. I think there's an R2-D2 one, but he wasn't anywhere near that Sydney Cineplex anyway. So yeah, keeping it spoiler free. Yeah, I just wanted to talk, like I said, about the energy I felt going into the movie theater that night. Like when they rolled the scroll for it, the crawl, I should say, at the opening of the movie. Nobody was applauding. Like everybody was just like bracing themselves. You could feel it in the air. It was really awkward, and I wanted to be joyous. I wanted to be happy and fun, but you know, it was just kind of, I wasn't feeling that. We're going to go on to the spoiler full section of the video now. I'm going to keep it as quick as I can here. The first take was 20 minutes, and I'd like to keep this one under 10. So I'm going to count you down to shut down your video now. I'll thank you for watching so far. I don't make money from YouTube. I don't have enough of subscribers or watching base time-wise to make any money, so I don't care if you watch the whole thing or not. But yeah, thanks for watching so far. May the Force be with you. And going into the spoiler full section on a count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, so spoiler full section of this Ted's review of the Rise of Skywalker. Yeah, if you've looked for spoilers online under Jedi Paxos, I'll tell you right now, I read the Jedi Paxos site last night. After coming back from the movie, it's about 90 to 95% accurate, I would give it. Maybe even more. So we see that Rey's a Palpatine. By making her a Palpatine, it kind of undoes, I think, a little bit the whole Rey's a Mary Sue thing, which I've been kind of even on for years. But as a Palpatine, it kind of works. Maybe she does have like enough affinity with the Force. And somebody in another video mentioned that... what was the guy's name there that I'm just watching? Star Wars Theory says that you could tell that when she's doing the stabby thing in Force Awakens, like you see Palpatine doing that, fighting Mace Windu and the other Jedi that came to arrest him back in Episode 3. So yeah, that's interesting to see that come out. And I'm not going to talk much more about Jedi Paxos spoilers. They are accurate. If you want to read them, you can find them quite easily by Googling up Jedi Paxos spoilers. I did last night, and they came right up for me. That being said, yeah. Really, the part that made me almost tear up was seeing Luke's X-Wing come up out of the water, and Luke's raising it with his hand, just like Yoda did back in Dagobah when Luke went to see him the first time in Empire Strikes. You even got Yoda's theme music playing during the time. Really well done. They handled Leia's scenes just perfectly. Like, I was kind of wondering what they were going to do with that, and it was beautifully done. Really, really pleased. Han is back in it for a moment. You're seeing him talking to Kylo Ren. We don't know if he's a Force ghost or if it's Kylo Ren somehow communing with him and his own powers, or if it's just a hallucination. This is some of the things that JJ does well with his mystery box thing. It can be a blessing and a curse for a fan, but in the ways that he's done it here, it just gives room enough that you can think of it one way and somebody else might think of it differently, and both are equally valid. And that's what good art really is it stands open to interpretation like that. And I'm really impressed with how it handled. One thing I would have liked to see more of was Lieutenant Connix, Carrie Fisher's daughter, Billie Lourd. She didn't see... somebody did post a screenshot somehow, or somebody took a picture of her in there. I don't know. Anyway, it was supposedly she does have a very bit part. I didn't really notice her in it. Noticed, I forget the actor's name, but the guy that played Pippin Took in Lord of the Rings is in it. And briefly see him in one or two scenes there, but he seemed to have more time than she did, and it's too bad because she seemed to be a main character in The Last Jedi and a little bit even in The Force Awakens. So anyway, maybe out of respect for her mom, she backed off for this one. I don't know the story, but I would have liked to have seen more of her. She was an interesting character, and it was nice to see her coming along. Leia's lightsaber was a neat surprise, and they played that part well. Like, that was some nice flow and continuity there. I would have liked to have seen Anakin in it myself, and that's something that a few Thor Skywalker and the Star Wars Theory guy both said. Would have been nice to see Anakin himself come back, because he had a connection with the Emperor too, and that might have been something. But we didn't, although you do hear his voice in it, so that's about the best we're going to get there. I'm going to be seeing this one a bunch of times. I went to see Force Awakens about 9 times in the theaters. I only saw Last Jedi maybe twice, and I don't think I even got back for a third time in the theater. And then Rise of Skywalker, yeah, I'll definitely be seeing that one on the order of half a dozen times or more, I'm sure, and probably more again. It's just a fun, flowing, fast-paced, thrilling movie. It's a good popcorn movie, which is really, in the end, what Star Wars was always meant to be, right? It's a popcorn movie. Go enjoy it in the theater, suspend your disbelief, forget the real world for a little while, and just be in a galaxy far, far away. That's exactly what we got with The Rise of Skywalker, and I was so relieved at the end of the movie, like, and contented, that I'm still feeling that today. Like, it's like just this feeling after, like, being at a party or something. Anyway, I'll leave everybody with that. Wish you compliments of the season, whatever your beliefs this time of year are. Solstice, Festivus, Christmas, Hanukkah, anything else that's up there, Kwanzaa. So yeah, may the Force be with us all. And go and see Rise of Skywalker. Don't be afraid. It's great. You're going to love it. That's my word on it. JUSTMETED1969. Thanks for watching.